What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to go live real quick and talk about something while I'm on my way to work. There's this new book that I'm reading. Well, first of all, I want to start off saying happy Friday. I want to go over two things real quick. So one thing that I want to talk about is habits, specifically Keystone habits, and I'll get into that right now. And then the second thing that I'm gonna get into is being happy with your life, being happy, enjoying life, but being unsatisfied. Right? A lot of people will tell you. I'm not gonna generalize and say a lot of people, but you may have people in your life that tell you, oh, you should just be happy with where you're at, or you should just be satisfied with where you're at. So I'll get into that in a little bit. But first, I want to go over the habits. I'm reading this new book. Actually, I'm listening. I'm more of a. I have more time. Well, I make more time to listen using Audible. It's called The Power of Habit. It's a great book. I recommend it. The author talks about keystone habits. All right, keystone habits, they're patterns or habits that create somewhat of a domino effect that bring about new actions and new habits. Right. So, as an example, I realized listening to this book, I realized what my keystone habits were in regards to health and fitness, or improving my health and fitness. My two keystone habits are, one, logging my food using MyFitnessPal. It's a pretty easy app to use. Some of you may have, some of you that will watch this probably may have used it or come across it sometime in your life. I log my food, and logging my food holds me accountable to not eat crap. Right? If I don't log my food, then I'm more likely to, eat chips. I love chips, hot chips, Mexican chips, pork rinds, chicharrones, whatever you want to call them. And then I love candy. I love ice cream. I love junk food. I'm a foodie, especially when it comes to crap like that. But if I log my food, I'm gonna feel bad if I have to log a pint of ice cream, right? Or a Snickers bar, or a big bag of hot Cheeto Puffs, because if I have that, I'm gonna knock it out. Like, there's no, I don't have that. I'm working on my willpower, but I don't have that willpower to just have a few, right? So I just cut that out. I'll have some cheat days, right? Or one cheat day. Right now we're working with one. But logging it will help me hold myself accountable to making sure I hit my proteins, I hit my carbs, I hit my fats, I hit my calories, I stay under certain calories, and I'm active. That's what helps me. And my second is wearing my Fitbit. I believe it's the Ionic. My wife bought it for me. I think it was a couple years ago. And I'm not saying that it changes my life, right? But it helps me. I pay attention to my steps. I pay attention to how active I am, and I'll turn it on when I go to the gym, right? So and it's synced to MyFitnessPal, and it helps with the whole logging my food and tracking my macros and counting my calories, all that good stuff. So that's what helped me. It may not help you, but I'm just giving an example of what my keystone habits are when it comes to improving my health and fitness. health and fitness, health and wellness, whatever you want to call it, because I'm at a weight that I've never been at in my life, right? And it sucks saying it, but I say it to remind myself that this is temporary. I'm not gonna let this go further, because you can let it go further, obviously. I don't change anything. I don't create new habits. I don't change my routine for the better. That's gonna make it worse. And I'm gonna get to the point where just mentally, physically, spiritually, I will feel like I hit rock bottom because of where I'm at physically, weight-wise. That's not the type of person that I'm, and I'm pretty sure that's not the type of person that you are, if you're watching this. So create those habits, have those, those keystone habits that, bring about other positive habits, right? Improve yourself. We all don't be like don't be the people that 2 weeks into the new year, you're back to doing the same BS that you were doing last year. We don't want that, because it's a never-ending downward spiral. You don't want to do that. You got to improve yourself. We have to improve ourselves. I love to improve myself. That's why I'm always doing what I can to improve my marriage, doing what I can to help my wife to increase her happiness with me, because at the end of the day, it's her and I. So why are we going to be miserable? Like, once you start doing good things for your partner, it just, the flower of marriage or relationship blossoms into something beautiful. And that goes with your health, that goes with your spirituality, that goes with your knowledge. What we learn, you shouldn't just know what you learned in school. Create new habits. Pick up a book. There's, success leaves clues. I've heard this umpteen amount of times. Specifically from my boy Ricky. He always says success leaves clues, and they do. So pick up a book. Just look into different people in the sector that you're in or that you want to be in, and go that route. Like I said, so I'm just gonna cut the whole habit talk short. But yeah, pick up good habits, start new habits, improve on yourself always, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I can't speak for anybody else, but what I'm doing is trying to improve myself in all aspects of my life. If my home life, my work life, my our side hustle, whatever, I'm always trying to get better and get us as a team, myself, my wife, and my son, to be better. And my wife does the same thing, and I love it. The second thing, real quick, because I gotta cut it short, dang it, but you don't have to be satisfied with where you're at. You can be happy. You can live a happy life and still strive to be better than where you're at right now. You're never satisfied. You're obsessed. You're always trying to, you're doing too much. You're never happy. All right. I don't know if any of you have heard this. I've heard those things before. But don't settle for less. You can be happy. You can be happy with your life. You can enjoy life. You can live your life to the fullest and not be satisfied with where you're at, and continue to push and strive harder than anyone has ever pushed before. What your family created is not, it's not the bar. It's not the ceiling. There we go. What your family, your friends, your neighbors, your acquaintances, what they've created or what they've done with their life isn't a ceiling. You can strive to be better than anyone you know personally and still be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. You be okay being unsatisfied with where you're at, but make sure that you're happy with what you're doing, the road you're on, the goals you've set. Like, be happy with those goals. Set goals that scare you to say. That you have to take a couple breaths and be like, you know what? Boom, this is what I want. Like, have those goals. Don't just settle for, mediocrity or what everyone else has. So many people are focused on just kind of doing what everyone else does around them. You don't have to follow. There's no certain pattern that you have to follow. There's no timeline to how your life goes. You don't have to, it's not high school, college, settle down, wife and kids, house. The other 40 years, stay the same job, stay in the same secure job, get a 401k, retire, and that's it. You don't have. Sorry, I got a call. So anyways, I'm gonna just cut it. That's it. I appreciate everyone that watched this. I'm gonna keep going live at least once a week. But so 2 things: Keystone habits, create habits that improve yourself, improve the people. Oh, sorry. Just improve yourself. Always look to improve yourself, create those habits that do it. And also, you can be happy and unsatisfied with where you're at right now in your life. That's it. I appreciate you guys.